where you're spending your time, where you're spending your money. Evaluate where you invested, what relationships you invested the most time in, and it will start to show you what matters most to you in your life. And as we look at those things, we begin to ask ourselves the question, will these things last? My resolutions is that life will be easy and life will be good and nothing will come my way that kind of throws me off kilter at all. But what Jesus is telling us in this story is you're going to be tested. But what Jesus is telling us is your life is going to be tested. Now, as followers of Christ, we don't have to fear the test. Periods of testing and trial are not signs that God is displeased or far from me, but testing and trial can often be gifts from God that He's using to demonstrate the strength of my foundation. And so sometimes when things in your life are crashing, just let it go. Right? It's okay, it's fine, because in God's grace, He's letting that be pushed aside so that you can more clearly see the path that He is laying out for you. And so for some of us, this year might be one where for the first time we're confronted with this reality of I either have to choose the kingdom Christ has placed for me, or I have to reject it and choose my own kingdom. For many of us, when it comes to building our life on the right foundation, we know all about it. We know the ins and the outs, and we can quote the scriptures, and we can, Jesus said to pray, and that Lord's Prayer thing, that's a good deal. He said to give, and I think people should do that, right? He said all of these things, but we never actually do it. What Jesus is telling us is, look, either way you're going to be tested. Either way you're going to build your life on something. So why don't you build it on something that will last? Why don't you build it on something that will endure the test? And why don't you not just hear these words, not just read these words, not just listen to other people talk about how these words have changed them, but why don't you in 2018 make your number one New Year's resolution to be to do what Jesus said? I can tell you that all day long, but until you start to read the scriptures and let the Spirit go to work in you, empower you to live them out, it's just going to be knowledge and it's not going to be transformative. Jesus comes to us as the one who sees the beginning from the end, the one who is before all things and in all things, the one who holds all things together. And He says, listen, if you'll just follow me, your life will last. Your foundation will hold firm. Even if death itself takes you, it will not win. Because my kingdom is not temporary, it's eternal. It's a promise of life now and life forever.